imagining right now, like when I'm out on the street, I'm usually walking to go somewhere. Like I'm not gonna talk to you for an hour. How do you find these people?
We have discovered like two kind of people. One is really rich, one is really poor.
Welcome back to English Break Season 3. I'm Erika. This season, we're bouncing around different industries in Taiwan to find out a little bit more about what they do. As you're probably watching this video on YouTube, today we're gonna find out more about new media. Let's check it out. I'm really happy to introduce the employees of Portico Media to share with us how new media works. Now, Portico Media is widely recognized for their achievements in content production, content aggregation, and channel distribution. They also have some very famous sub-brands that you've probably heard of, like Ha Ha Thai and GagaOOLala.
Hello, I'm Sandra, and I'm from the Department of the Channel Distribution.
Portico Media has expanded from just channel agency into traditional and new media. So can you share with us some of the challenges that you guys faced in this transition?
Channel distribution is kind of a starting point. As you know, that our company called Portico, which is as the bridge, the link between the foreign content and Taiwanese market. Channel distribution are doing with our agency. We represent some of the foreign brand of channel with working with the international media, and then we bring the linear channel and into the Taiwan market. So besides this agency work, anything related that can serve the audience better. Therefore, we develop more other department with a different purpose. So that's roughly about it.
What is your business model?
We handle foreign products like the big media brands. So we worked with like NBCU, Paramount, the company with Vogue and GQ. We help them to bring their content to Taiwan.
How does Portico Media come up with its own self-produced content? And what is the ratio between self-produced and agency content?
We mostly deal with what our partners at the international media group that provided us. We started with doing the original production, which we want to build our own brand. So this is the question that for a different department.
We have Lawrence.
I'm Lawrence. I'm social media manager of Ha Ha Thai for 6 years, and mostly Portico Media self-produced content. At the first time, it will be on Ha Ha Thai because the reason why Ha Ha Thai was created because we are going to promote Comedy Central Asia. So Ha Ha Thai was built because of that.
How did you guys come up with the content that you wanted to create for Ha Ha Thai?
To be honest, actually, we don't know what we are going to do. So we have been doing a lot for like 4 years. Started at for 8 years, thinking about what we're going to do for like 4 years.
So 4 years ago, that's when you started street interviews. And is that when Ha Ha Thai blew up?
Yes.
How do you design interview outlines for your street interviews?
I think it takes time. We don't have like the regular question, but people love Ha Ha Thai street interview because we have a lot of life stories of the interviewees. Per person to discover what's like the key point or the key stories of him. What's the most interesting part of this person?
How do you find these people?
A lot of people just walking on the park, just stay there and do nothing. We have discovered like two kind of people that will be, have much more time with us. One is really rich, one is really poor. I think there are a lot of lonely people, a lot of lonely grandpa, only grandma that, no one will talk to them. So that's our job. We talk to them for like an hour.
Wonderful.
Yeah, okay, go back to the outline. The first part is just chit chat because we are basically strangers. So we have to make connection, we have to make friends with them. Second part is like what this episode is all about. So it's about what do you think about Xinju? What do you think about open relationship? That's like a regular question. Third part is the most important part is how you stir the pot. I think that's the key time that we gain close enough.
Gain trust, they're opening up.
Yeah, so they will talk about what they actually think about some of the topic. Yes.
You just mentioned that's how you create differentiation from others, right? By interviewing the grandpas in the park.
I think there are still other elements, like no other channel will put like a classical symphony as a background music. No one will choose like the most ridiculous interviewees on the street, or no one will put a cynical voiceover guy, put a sarcasm on the interviewees, but we are kind of like the first person to do this. Like I will edit, is this sarcasm too much for Taiwanese people, or is sarcasm too offended for the interviewees? It's all about how we get the trust with the interviewees.
The interviewee came to complain
about... a lot. We will respect them, you know, they tell us to edit out, we will edit out.
Do you think, in your opinion, your experience, that doing YouTube now, like what's the difference of how it was when you guys first started your YouTube channel? And do you think the saturation has met like at a certain maximum mature level? And will you start considering to start doing short videos?
What can we do, you know, to make something different? So even at that time, we feel like it has reached its peak. If I'm thinking about this market, is that, well, I recommend like a new creator to start in YouTube. We are not only make YouTube video, we only shoot reality TV show. Like we have showed Hazukashi's Hot dating show.
Oh,
the one you have been a guest before. Yes. It will be like a huge production and it will be premiered on GagaOOLala.
exciting. Lastly, we have an OTT platform that has a very interesting name that we're gonna ask Janet. Why the name GagaOOLala?
So Gaga and oo is, I think it's a French. Oo is or, means or, so it's gay or lesbian.
So, GagaOOLala, how do you differentiate your content from others? Pretty obvious, but please.
Differentiation, is the most important thing for us. We have all the content that which we cannot see in other platforms, which made us super unique. So it would be good to bring those content on our platform.
So, how do you choose your topics for production?
And recently, we have a topic really popular, which is BL, boys love. And right now, this kind of topic become really popular globally.
That's why Ha-Type creates like a Boys Like Boys and dating reality show on GagaOOLala. It's also gay and it's also a reality show. It's
Oh my
dating.
gosh, that's gonna blow up.
Yeah, it's a
gonna take
BL.
over.
Everybody will love.
I think BL is like Asian boys fall in love.
Pure love.
I want more.
Are there any challenges in the production process? For example, casting?
Actually, I think our cost for production is also raising, so the cost will be higher than before. I think it's the challenge we are facing right now. For the worker who works in the TV or film production.
Oh,
yes.
so
It is good or bad. I mean, the cost of the budget that rise up will benefit for the people who works for the industry. But also we want to create better circulation that we can make money from the production, from producing the title.
we have to, I guess, try different methods to see what has a better result, right?
And I think for the environment now, I mean, it's more gay friendly and the clients and the viewers will have more confidence about LGBTQ plus content. So that's our original content will get more and more popular because we also won 3 golden medal. Our
Mini-series.
On GagaOOLala?
on GagaOOLala, yes.
While I'm at the park, my favorite thing to do, of course, is to go on the slide. And look, Lawrence!
Nice meeting you here. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here.
Well, since you're here, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. They're kind of serious, but you don't have to seriously answer.
Really? Can I? ICRT handle this?
Up to you. What is the importance of audience segmentation? And how do you effectively find your TA, target audience?
Algorithm. I mean, the algorithm push the videos to you. The algorithm think this is the video that you like. So don't do generic topic.
What's a generic topic?
Queer point of view, that's important. I think that's not too pointed, but you have a specific point of view.
And I think it's more working on the content that we already had, which we know that our strong suit is for the, is the international media, so it's a English speaking content. Based on our content, find the correct audience.
I think to know your audience better, and then you can have some profit for your platform, for advertisement and the commercial, how we're going to do marketing, etc.
How has GagaOOLala acted in this regard?
Kind of cheat because we have our member data.
Okay.
We can see what's the kind of audience doing interaction with us on social media, like to leave some comments and have their opinions to the viewers.
How can you, in your field, explain how you guys have taken actions in the regard to business diversification?
We try to help the brand to widely known in Taiwan, that we're not just trying to get our TV channel launched on the cable TV or MOD. We also identify the program or the content, support extra PR exposure to make the brand connected with the audience closer.
Ha Ha done in regard to business diversification?
Like what we will, do stream interview in this place right now. Yeah, that's the question that we have mentioned earlier. To talk to you about how do we do our content different?
Do you consider yourself to be new media industry?
I think political media, we are definitely dabble with new media. We are like a bridge that is connecting the old and the new.
Do you consider GagaOOLala to be part of new media industry?
Of course, yes, GagaOOLala is new media because we are an online streaming platform.
Since that the media company operate before internet, but now with the online, with the technology development, they have a new face.
We are visiting Fan Jie in her very own studio. Welcome, Fan琪斐.
How are you, Erika?
This is a lovely studio. All right, I have a couple questions for you. What made you want to transition into new media?
I think the main reason was I hated my job. My industry was actually in declining. So I understand that the media industry was undergoing a revolution at that time. So you can say that at that time, it's probably my survival instinct because I think that I got to get into something new. I have to learn something new. And then social media was picking up at that time. I didn't even know how to have an account of my own. I was already looking at the trend of the media, so I changed.
So, from being a reporter to doing YouTube, when did you start your YouTube channel?
Probably 18 months ago, we started to routinely updating our program. It's weekly update, and then we have 2 episodes every week.
Okay. What can you say are the biggest differences?
We are a lot more efficient. The traditional TV news production is just not very efficient. People abandon the platform for a reason. When you look at new media, we are very compact. Everybody have to full speed all the time. Actually, this is the nature of this industry. So we have to figure out a way we can use very little money and then make it into the highest effect. The producing whole thing has to change. So I was like, okay, it, and I would just build my own studio. I want to interview him anytime I want, okay?
Any obstacles?
There are so many things I wanted done, but I couldn't do it. Nowadays, I have to think about, like my staff, I have to think about their future too, because I don't want to just offer them a job. I'm hoping that we can also offer them a career. But with new media, this seems hard. I have to think about we can also do some job about young talent, so we can grow. Now I'm thinking about we'll probably grow to certain stage, and then we have to go to the next stage. But everybody's different too, and every team's situation is very different too. I really don't have anybody to talk to about this. What should I do next? What we can do in the future?
What impact do you think new media had on traditional media?
I'm just saying that, traditional media really have to figure out a way. They have to do a lot of new things. They have to really want to change. I think that's the only way to do it because, when you do the transformation, there are just too many packages when you can transform, which means you have a very healthy, and then there's something new. You can transform this into something new.
Let's bring this back to Fan Jie's YouTube channel. So how do you select your news stories?
Our writers would pick up a short video. It's like about 10 minutes. We would talk about just one piece of news every day. We talk about whatever happened outside of Taiwan. And then they would pick up 5 news subjects.
匪夷所思 is one of the product line. So it's more inward looking. So we look at domestic issues, talking about national defense or economics, something. On the other hand, we got Line Today with Fan琪斐and talk more about international news. We got current affairs, and we talk about a lot of issues, for example, the floodings in China. So everything that goes to a different world. But I think got your core competence to prepare and know where your advantage is. We got content, we got solely content, and we got something that our audience could brought back and think, okay, I got something new.
What is your business model?
A lot of our incomes comes from the revenue sharing from YouTube. So it's broadcasting on our program instead of the traditional television.
It is said, some people say that Taiwanese people lack global perspective. What is your opinion on that?
We lack practice. We don't produce enough jobs that acquire international skills. We don't really have a lot of international events. We have to try to find like smaller projects that involve other countries. Start from small, then you will learn. I think they are just so afraid to make mistakes. See what happened, see their mistakes, and let's learn from that. And let's do something from smaller events. We learn, and then we can grow. The government should really think about how to cultivate these kind of jobs. How to cultivate, and then the easiest way is really to hosting some international events.
Fan Jie, thank you so much for your time, for this really, really insightful conversation. I feel like I learned so much from you, and I'm pretty sure our viewers of English Break are also going to learn so many lessons, not just English, from this conversation. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Today we learned about new media. Now I don't know about you, but I had quite a lot of takeaway from the conversations we had today because new media really is such a big part of our lives now. It's everywhere and anywhere. So if you're interested in new media, hopefully you learned a couple things today. Thank you NDC for the 2030 bilingual policy, and thank you for watching English Break. We'll see you in the next one.
For young people who is interested in entering the new media, you want to do Instagram, just do it. I think you are going to look really dumb at first. Try and error. The most important thing is that you have to find something you really love. You have this passion. You would say, you can tell yourself, I can do this all day long. 1 time, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. Then I would say you have a future.